That's pretty good. I'm gonna hug you right after I get pied. Yeah, lick a pie.
Yeah, you know it.
No, Tyler.
I don't even know. I'm gonna have a lot of real money on this.
Tyler, you gotta come out tomorrow. No, I'm gonna take care of these pies during the show. Don't worry about that. Thanksgiving twisted pickers. Come on, you. Yeah. We can let it go 1 or 2 more days. I'm sure I'll take a few more cream pies in the next couple of days, you know? I've heard that. Alright. Oh my god, that was a fireball. Got on the curtains a little bit. And I might have a concussion. You gotta live life on the edge.
5-game docket. We're gonna do 3 Thanksgiving and then we're gonna cut and do the Sunday night and Monday night games. Stoll's not here, but we do have his picks.
Don't go like it.
Easy.
You need like a little space, like grab it.
You loaded. Have you ever seen these?
And like slap it with it.
Welcome, folks, friends and family, to a very special Turkey Day, Week 12 of the NFL slate with the Twisted Picks crew. We're gonna pick some winners for you. You can find us on Twitter at #ThanksGivingOutWinners. I'm Richard Stoller, filling in for my more attractive cousin, Rick. The Buffalo Bills staying in Detroit to take on the Lions in the RCA Dome. And we're gonna start it off with Brad. Why don't you kick it off? We got a line of Buffalo minus 9.5. The total is 54.5 points. What do you got, Brad?
Well, I did absolutely no research last week and had literally my best week of the year at 4-2, and so I kept with that tradition. I did absolutely no research. I watched a lot of World Cup. U.S. disappointed me a little bit, but we'll get over it. We just need a big win against Iran and maybe a draw against England on Thanksgiving. But in this game, the only thing I care about is the fact that Buffalo had a week this past week in Detroit already. They're used to the turf. They're used to the dome. It's going to be basically a home game for them if you really think about it. Let's go ahead and go Buffalo to cover the 9.5 in this game.
Tough game, tough line. Big Detroit off a 3-game winning streak. I've bet against them the last 2 weeks and lost. Josh Allen hasn't looked good in the last couple weeks. You shouldn't be taking spreads this big. I think 54 is just a number too high to take my under theory on big spreads. I'm going to do the weird thing here. I'm going to just hope and pray that Josh Allen's right, and I'm going to take Buffalo.
Turkey Day, folks, and nothing gets me worked up like Turkey Day football. Foods, we're going to compare the Turkey Day foods to the game. It's going to be great. We got some pies out here. Love Thanksgiving pie. But this game reminds me of stuffing. You know, stuffing does not get enough credit on the Turkey Day dinner table. It really doesn't.
It carries the apps.
It doesn't look great. It looks a little sloppy and brown, much like my picture here. But let me tell you, at my family dinner, everyone's dying to get to that stuffing. Throw some gravy on it. Mama Joan makes a great Turkey Day stuffing. I think this is the best game of the week right here. Best game of the Turkey Day. Okay? A lot of people think Buffalo's going to blow them out. Let me tell you what, weird NFL this year, it ain't going to happen. Dan Campbell has those boys motivated. They're coming back home. There's going to be a good football game. I can't wait. It's going to be the stuffing of the Thanksgiving Day slate. I'm taking Detroit plus 9.5.
It's going to be on an island here, but 9.5 at home. Detroit's averaging nearly 30 points a game at home. I got to take them to stay close to 9.5. Give me Detroit plus 9.5.
Let's go, baby.
I think I'm going to flip-flop.
Uh-oh. We got a flip-flop.
That deserve one?
Uh-oh.
I have to. I mean, I've picked them against them the last 2 weeks. You can't go 3 weeks in a row and lose on them. This is how you lose.
Here's the deal. I'm only letting you change your pick if one thing takes place.
All right, I'll take Buffalo.
Oh, Joan, I can't wait for your stuffing on Thursday.
Game of the week. Middle of the afternoon here. This is right around as you're bringing that turkey bird out of the oven. We got a NFC East matchup. NFC East winningest division in all of football. The New York Football Giants traveling to Jerry World to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Spread again, 9.5. Nice and consistent for us. Over under a little bit lower here, 45.5.
This is a tough one. Give me a second here.
45.5. And they're good at making these lines, man. I don't trust. They're playing the Giants. I don't trust the Giants. 9.5. That's too many points. 45.5. That's telling you they don't know what it is. We're going to go over. We're going to go 46 points. They're barely going to get it.
We saw what the Cowboys did to the pretender Minnesota Vikings. And if there's anybody that's more of a pretender than the Vikings, it's the Giants. It absolutely has to be. There's nothing like a good spread on Thanksgiving. I'm going to go ahead and take Dallas again. I'm going to take the points here. I'm taking Dallas because, again, it's at Dallas. It's Thanksgiving.
Game reminds me of sweet potato casserole. I'm going to tell you what, I don't like sweet potato casserole. But there's always one person at the table. Come on, you. You gotta be kidding me. Sweet potato casserole. Nobody likes it. Nobody wants it. There's one guy at the end of the table that loves it. This is a sexy pick. This is a sexy game. Nobody likes sweet potato casserole, but it's an opportunity to cash in.
This line, it is the right line to me. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to bet on the fact that the NFL is wonky and it goes back and forth. You had Dallas with a big win last week. You had the Giants getting hammered at home by the Lions. And this is a second divisional game. Those teams know each other well. All right, moving on to the nightcap.
He can edit it. He's good at that.
We got the New England Patriots. They are going to Minnesota fresh off that embarrassment at home against Dallas. Second week in a row at home. This line is the Vikings favored by 2.5 points with a total of 42.5. You ready, big dude?
I'm ready.
Casey, starting us off for us.
So about this time, I'm going to have a belly full of turkey and stuffing. I'm going to be 25 beverages deep from the mimosas that I started at 8 a.m. It's going to be a great time. I'm also probably going to be down about $600 at this point. And let me tell you, this is not the game you want to take. However, it is the turkey of the night. It's the main course. It's the main dish. All eyes. I'm going to tell you. I'm confident I'm going to make my money back. I love that this is the last game, and I've got an opportunity to win it all back. I'm taking Minnesota minus 2.5. I think New England is an absolute joke still. I don't think they have much chance of coming back. And I know Minnesota did not have a great week. They got blown out by Dallas, correct?
40-3.
And I think that's why this line is so drastically crazy. I'm taking Minnesota in a bounce-back game. Minus 2.5.
Bounce back for Casey, Minnesota minus 2.5.
Give me that turkey. Give me that dark meat.
Talked about the wonky NFL. Kind of one week they're something they're not supposed to be, and one week they kind of show what they could be. And I agree. I think that New England actually had a big win against the Jets. That big emotional punt return at the very end of the game. They actually should have gone to overtime. Maybe even not even one. I guess they would have kicked. But I got Minnesota to bounce back in this game. At home on Thanksgiving, I got Minnesota to go ahead and take care of business.
42.5. Minnesota's defense has been pretty good this year. You know Belichick's defense has been pretty good. This is normally a game I would take an under. I think it's under. I don't win it. New England's quarterback, to me, is worse than Minnesota's quarterback. I'm going to go with that old just trick of the book and just bet against Mac Jones. Mac Jones hasn't looked great. Minnesota's looked better than New England has. We're getting some weird feedback here.
Let me tell you, that game last week with the Patriots and the Jets, just pathetic. The Jets could have played all day long. I don't think Zach Wilson would have scored if he'd had 50 of his mother's friends out there.
See what he did there.
It's the bounce back spot for them. They're at home here. This line, 2.5, scares me a little, but I'm planting a flag on the fact that the Minnesota Vikings are a playoff bound team. Patriots going to have to struggle all the way to get there. Vikings bounce back. Round of Minnesota's for all of us.
What's up, Dave?
Since you're
Probably, just the shot. Yeah, I'll text you in the morning when I come down.